Why, O Lord, do you stand far off? Why do you hide yourself in times of trouble? In his arrogance, the wicked man hunts down the weak, who are caught in the schemes he devises. He boasts of the cravings of his heart. He blesses the greedy and reviles the Lord. In his pride, the wicked does not seek him. In all his thoughts, there is no room for God. His ways are always prosperous. He is haughty, and your laws are far from him. He sneers at all his enemies. He says to himself, "Nothing will shake me. I'll always be happy and never have trouble." His mouth is full of curses and lies and threats. Trouble and evil are under his tongue. He lies in wait near the villages. From ambush he murders the innocent. Watching in secret for his victims, he lies in wait like a lion in cover. He lies in wait to catch the helpless. He catches the helpless and drags them off in his net. His victims are crushed, they collapse. They fall under his strength. He says to himself, "God has forgotten." He covers his face and never sees. Arise, Lord. Lift up your hand, O God. Do not forget the helpless. Why does the wicked man revile God? Why does he say to himself, "He won't call me to account"? But you, O God, do see trouble and grief. You consider it to take it in hand. The victim commits himself to you. You are the helper of the fatherless. Break the arm of the wicked and evil man. Call him to account for his wickedness, that would not be found. The Lord is king forever and ever. The nations will perish from his land. You hear, O Lord, the desire of the afflicted. You encourage them and you listen to their cry, defending the fatherless and the oppressed, in order that man who is of the earth may terrify no more.
Hello, this is Pastor Steve with your message of hope. And as we continue our Lenten series on the Psalms, we get to a very difficult psalm, Psalm 10. But it's a good psalm to meditate on because many of us, I think, have similar thoughts to the writer of this psalm. It deals with looking at it, what seems to be the victory or the continuing victory of evil. There is a lament aspect to this psalm of just having to live day after day seeing not only evil people prosper, but seemingly gloat. You have the humiliation aspect on that. Not only do the so-called the few abuse their power in order to take advantage of the many, but they humiliate the many while they're doing it. But the beauty of the psalm is this: it's a lament, and it really is, and it's the Bible's full of laments like this, from everything from Lamentations to Job, and we really don't understand unless we read the Bible very carefully that there's a voice for that in the scriptures. Sometimes we think if we're, on the one hand, if we have faith in God, that we should be happy, happy, joy, joy all the time, even when things are going bad. On the other hand, we don't realize those laments are in there, so when things are going bad, we feel somewhat abandoned by God, or that God is not, maybe causes us to doubt in our faith, and we sink into the opposite extreme of joy, and that is anxiety, depression. And so this healthy psalm sort of helps us to look at really what is going on, and still trust that even though what we see around us looks as if it's victorious, that really it's ephemeral, it's temporary, transitory, and that the true victory and the true power is always God. And so it's kind of like reminding us that even as we lament what's the sorrow and the suffering of the world, we still celebrate deep within and rejoice that God ultimately will be victorious and will bring an end to all the evil that we see. So it's good news for us, even as a lament. It's good that it gives us a voice to be able to take our concerns to God and not fear that we're somehow being faithless to do so. And it's also a message of hope because it helps us to put our trust in Him, even when we don't see it with our eyes. That's a strengthening message that we all can use today.